thank the gentleman for yielding, ask unanimous consent to revise and extend my remarks,
Without objection, so ordered.
which move toward the support of 3525, and urging my colleagues to support it, to thank Mr. Herger and Dr. McDermott for their work in guiding this bill through in committee and maintaining funding for caseworker improvements and home visits. The gentlelady from Connecticut mentioned that she'd been on the committee. I actually have been on the committee since the day it was organized in 1975, and this the work we're doing here today, led by our chairman, reminds me of much of the bipartisan improvements that have been brought to the support systems for disadvantaged people and children. There's a lot more to do. There's 800,000 kids who spend time in foster care each year, and the people who provide casework support are understaffed, underpaid, overworked. This bill will go a good ways toward helping them. We find that the last report we had from GAO found that in 1999, of the children who aged out, who turned 19 out of foster care, that 40% of them became dependent on public assistance and Medicaid, 51% were unemployed, 25% had spent some time as a homeless, 27% of the males had been incarcerated at least once. The next 15 years, we're going to have 300,000 or more foster kids age out of care without any transition supports. And I hope that the chairman will join with me and the ranking member as we proceed to see what we can do to make that transition, to provide support during those periods of transition so that the foster kids can enter the adult world and become independent and supportive members of society, as I know the chair would like. I'd like to mention one issue and see if I could indulge the chairman in a brief dialogue on this. There is a practice that became apparent to us, that the Social Security benefits, which some of the foster children get either because they're disabled or their parents have died, they get a Social Security benefit, a small one. That benefit in almost all states is taken by the states. If the children had a parent alive, that benefit could very well be saved for these children, and when they age out of foster care, could be used for college education, job training, perhaps to buy a car so they could get to their job. And I hope that the chair would join with me in, may I have an additional minute?
I yield the additional minute.
That we can study the possibility of finding a way to save those Social Security benefits for those children who wouldn't have a parent or would be disabled, so that it will help them in their transition to a responsible adulthood. I yield to the gentleman from California.